Why are your videos flickering? What's happening here? This is a very common issue. You shoot some videos, and later when you're reviewing your footage, you notice there's this awful flickering happening in all your shots. The good news is that it's super easy to avoid. The bad news is that your existing footage will be hard or sometimes impossible to fix. Here's a quick tutorial on what's causing this and how to avoid it, and how to capture videos that look like this instead of that. This gets easily a little technical and deep, so I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. To put it short, the reason for flickering is that the frame rate of your video does not match the refresh rate of the lights around you. The lights around you look continuous to the naked eye, but they often pulsate based on the frequency of the electrical grid. In video production, this is often referred to as PAL and NTSC. These are standards for different frame rates and are designed to match the electrical frequency in specific countries. The US and a few other countries are using a 60 Hz frequency for their electrical grid, and NTSC is the option that works flicker-free in these countries. To match the 60 Hz frequency, NTSC gives you frame rates like 30 or 60 frames per second. Europe and most of the world use PAL, which is 50 Hz. To get flicker-free video in a 50 Hz country, you'd use PAL, which gives you frame rates like 25 and 50. Makes sense, right? Now back to my horrible flickering mess of a video to give you an example. I'm in the US, so the lights in my house are using a 60 Hz frequency. I shot this video at 25 frames per second, meaning the frame rate wasn't quite matching the frequency of my lights, making it a total mess. To fix this, I can go to the settings of my camera and change the frame rate. If you don't have a frame rate that matches your electric frequency, you'll have to change that under a different setting. Here's how you change it on a Canon DSLR to enable 30 frames per second. And as soon as I set it to 30, the flickering goes away. Like I said, this is different on every camera. Here's how you change it on a GoPro. They call it anti-flicker. Your iPhone will record at NTSC settings by default, but if you live in a PAL country, just go to Settings, Camera, Video Recording, and check Show PAL Formats. So if you have issues with flickering video, check your frame rate. And if you're not sure what you should be using, you can always check that on Google. I'll add a link to this handy little website in the description. With this, you can check the electric frequency for each country. If I'm going to Poland, they'll be using 50 Hz, so I would be shooting PAL formats, meaning 25 or 50 frames per second. Haiti and parts of Latin America use 60 Hz, so that's going to be NTSC, meaning 30 or 60 frames per second. I've never been to Japan, but looks like they use both 50 and 60 Hz, so good luck with that. Maybe our Japanese viewers can educate us and tell us what frame rate is best to use during our trip to Japan. I hope this helps you to shoot clear, flicker-free video from now on. If you found value in this video, it would be a huge help if you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Subscribing and sharing our content is a great zero-cost way to support us and help us create more guides like this for our audience. Thank you. We'll see you next time.